A tree versus house controversy in Carmel is over tonight. The controversy generated nationwide attention when the Carmel Forest and Beach Commission refused to let the tree be cut down. The tree's root system is reportedly doing major damage to this house on Monterey Street. Its owner, Peter Levy, appealed the commission's decision to the city council.
There's a particular affinity for trees in Carmel, which I share, but which, when carried beyond the bounds of reason, creates a hardship for people.
Several residents urged the city council to find a way to save both the tree and the house. But the city council agreed the best alternative would be to cut it down.
I would not want to live in that house and have that hanging over my head.
Peter Levy is being asked to harvest seed from the tree's pine cones and replant at least 2 seedlings. Gary?
Well, that incident in Carmel is just one example of how a home can be damaged by a tree. With the recent rains and more on the way, dozens of Monterey Pines are falling down. They're causing hazards for Central Coast residents. Our 46 on Your Side reporter Sharon Tay joins us now live in the newsroom on how you can prevent pine trees from falling on your house. How do you do it, Sharon?
That's right, Gary. Foresters say the weather is causing Monterey pine trees to fall. They have become so brittle from the drought and the rain that they're literally crumbling inside. That's why it's so important to get rid of the trees before they cause major damage. The drought and rains have made Monterey pine trees vulnerable. So weak, they're a potential threat to you and your property.
The problems that we face with the storms, again, the trees are shallow-rooted. You get a lot of moisture in the ground. Normally we get the winds that follow. So the trees themselves are easily toppled, and normally they take out the power lines, and that's where our concern is.
Here's how you can tell if the Monterey pine near your house is at risk of falling. Look for shifting or leaning. You can also tell if a Monterey pine is dead when all the branches and needles have fallen off the tree. Although appearance may be a sign a tree is dying, don't be fooled, because looks can also be deceiving.
If you look at it from the outside, it looks like it's a really nice tree. But once you get on the inside there, you can see all the damage.
As a result, these trees become weak and brittle, and it won't take much rain or wind to bring it down. But if you refuse to wait for nature to run its course, keep in mind, Monterey pines are endangered, and it is illegal to chop them down. Instead, you have to obtain permits from your city forester's office to have the tree removed.
A contract employee we use to do tree assessment would come out, meet with the individual, address their concern, assess the condition of the tree, and either issue a permit or not, depending on the tree's condition.
And once you get the permit, it will take you about 60 days to remove the tree, and it's all free of charge. Gary?
Sharon, how long does that permit process take?
That all depends. It varies from city to city, in some cases about a week. But then again, every city, as you saw in the case of Carmel, has different rules on removing Monterey pine trees. So what you want to do is call the city forester and ask questions about removing the pine tree that you think may be hazardous near your home. Gary?
And why is it so tough in Carmel as opposed to other areas on the peninsula?
As I said before, every city has different rules. Monterey pine trees are endangered trees, therefore everyone is very careful about removing these types of vegetation from the Monterey Peninsula. In some cases, such as Monterey, for instance, if you do have a pine tree, Monterey pine tree, if you get it removed, you have to replace it with something else. So as I said before, every city has different rules, and then again, you have to check with your city forester to make sure what applies to you.
So make sure you're doing the right and legal thing.
Exactly.
All right. We thank you for that report. It affects a lot of people, Sharon. Thanks.
Alan's coming up to fill us in about the upcoming storm.
And it was a coat drive of epic proportions. We bring you the clean results of our holiday drive after this. Thousands of homeless people are going to be just a little bit warmer this winter season with the help of 2,000 coats donated by the people of the Central Coast. These coats were cleaned by the inmates of Soledad Prison and were picked up this afternoon by the Salvation Army to be distributed throughout the area. Both the Salvation Army and the prison joined us here at KMST in organizing the coat drive. We began collecting the coats in November, and the response was much bigger than expected, almost overwhelming. The coat drive was a huge success, and we have you our viewers to thank for that.
That's a wonderful story.
Yeah, it is.
And you worked on that, didn't you, Alan?
That's right. You know, that one was a big success. I want to mention everybody, thank you very much for helping out with the food bank that we had through just before Christmas, from November to December 16th. Up 29% over last year. Just in Monterey County, we had over 35,000 pounds of canned food that were donated by viewers, and we want to thank all of you out there for helping out, and still bigger numbers even in Santa Cruz.
The need was up this year, too. That's great.
Absolutely, and so we did that part, and also for the coats, thanks very much. Remember the kids from, was it Gilroy or Hollister High School?
Yeah.
Come on.
Came down, Gilroy. Got to get the Gilroy High School plug in there.
About
Thanks
12
very
of them.
much. Yeah, that was great. Well, you're going to need them because we have not so cold air coming in, but we have a lot of rain that we've been waiting for the last day or so. Going to fill you in on that and let you know what's happening. It's taken its time getting here, mostly because we have two different storm tracks coming in. One is dropping down from the Gulf of Alaska. The other is coming in, bringing a lot of subtropical moisture in from the Pacific. And the two will meet, and as evidenced in the last couple of hours, we do have rain showers beginning. Let's check the currents, and we'll give you a bird's eye view and let you see what's happening from up in the satellite. If you're out and about like these folks tonight, you do want to have an umbrella because we do have rain on the way. And in fact, a winter storm watch for the Sierra. There's been problems with travel up there, as you all know, for the last week or so. And there's a little lull in the storm, and we could have some travel advisories continuing into about Thursday and Friday. 49 degrees, the current temperature in Monterey, humidity at 56%. The winds are calm at the moment. We have some clouds in the sky and rain falling, as I mentioned. Visibility right now, 15 miles. Barometer is falling at 29.85. Waves 4 to 5 feet out on the bay, and next tide is a high tide coming up tonight at 9:37. Here's the temperature spread around the peninsula today. Overnight lows still pretty chilly, but not as cool as they were over the weekend, down in the 20s. Well, but that'll be growing a little bit as the storm comes in our way, so you want to make sure that you stay out of the water if you're not, you know, really good. Yeah, if you're just out in the tide pools, it's not a time to do it. If you're good and you're a surfer, they always love the big storm waves that come in and everything. Another thing, too, with people traveling to the Sierra, we will have advisories out all the way into the weekend. Snow level could drop down as low as about 3,500 feet, and that's for the whole Sierra Nevada range. So we'll keep you posted on the road openings and closures with that coming up, and have an update for you tonight at 11 o'clock on the storm.
More snowpack. Good.
That's right.
Thanks, Alan.
All right. See you tonight.
On the way in sports, the Bears have done in their Papa Bear.
And the hall is waiting for the man who made the month of October famous. Hunter with a famous sportscast next.
So come down and drive home your new car or truck today and make no payments for 90 days. Let us make the difference for you. Century Chevrolet Geo, 490 Arthur Road, Watsonville.
Now a heartfelt moment with America's favorite family.
You're just going to have to face the fact. Your barber is dead.
Letting go can be difficult.
I'm not getting a haircut until I find a barber.
It's time to face the music.
What can we do for you?
On the next Married with Children.
Weeknights at 7 on 46 KMST TV.
When I had an insurance claim, I was worried about dealing with an insurance company, worried about going to court. But I hired the Demyan Law Firm, and that changed everything. They settled my claim for over $500,000 in cash and helped me when I needed it most.
I'm Attorney Tom Dunyan, and my law firm would like to help you. If you've been injured, call us at 1-800-338-LAWS and put the Dunyan Law Firm on your side.
Time now for Hunter, and a local resident tonight takes the top spot in sports.
That's right, one of the great baseball players of all time, who actually spends most of his time now out at Laguna Seca because he's a big car buff.
Getting his due.
And you know who I mean, everyone. Good evening to you. When you think of the Baseball Hall of Fame, you think of ball players who went to an extreme. They produced when others didn't, and they always seem to make it happen. Well, today, only one man qualifies for the role of Hall of Famer, and he's our neighbor on the Central Coast, Reggie Jackson, the Reds. Well, here it is, if you're interested. Reggie Jackson, 396 votes. Now, you needed 318 to get in at the top of the screen there. Now, this is how much Necro missed it by. He had 278. Orlando Cepeda, 252. Tony Perez, Steve Garvey, really not even close. Another few you might be interested in. Tony Oliva, the great Minnesota Twin, 157 votes. Ron Santo, great Cub third baseman, won the Gold Glove so many times I can't even remember. Jim Cott, who's now a CBS broadcaster, 125 votes rather. Dick Allen, a former White Sox teammate of Jim Cott, doesn't make it, and either does Ken Boyer. But Reggie does, and congratulations to him. Well, some love him, some hate him, but certainly everyone knows him. Mike Ditka, the head coach of the Chicago Bears.
You want to talk about football, you talk about it. If you think this is a soap opera, you're full of
But that was then, and this is today.
I've had my run-ins with you guys, and I've had a lot of support from you. I appreciate it. I thank you. I thank the fans of this city.
Mike Ditka, the consummate Bear, born of the Papa Bear George Halas ilk, always did things his way. But blow-ups like this tirade, remember, with Jim Harbaugh last November, may have been one straw that broke Ditka's back. No successor has been named as of yet. Mike Ditka will stay on as a Bears consultant, at least for now. Well, head coach of the New York Giants. Sounds like a prestigious job, but certainly not the one that Tom Coughlin wants. Coughlin, the head man at Boston College, was once an assistant coach with the Giants under the Parcells regime, 1988-90. But Coughlin, after meeting with GM George Young, has decided to pass up the opportunity and stay in school. Well, the NFL opportunity is still knocking for Golden Bear wide receiver Sean Dawkins. Congratulations to those two fine athletes. And that is Look at Sports. Again, Ditka is gone. Reggie is in the Hall of Fame.
What do you think? Should these guys be dropping out to go for the Bucks?
Yes, as long as they don't want to go to school. But that's a whole other story, which I could elaborate for years on.
That's a half-hour special.
That's
coming
right.
up in March. Thanks, Hunter.
Thank you, Hunter. Coming up tonight on 46 Eyewitness News at 11, we will tell you about a major oil spill off the coast of Scotland. It has the potential to spill more oil than the Exxon Valdez disaster. In the Sierra, scientists are measuring the snowpack with high hopes for a high water content in the snow. And we'll show you the burglar who got caught when he got stuck in his victim's chimney. Those stories and more tonight at 11.
We leave you tonight with the spirit of 46. Tonight, it's all about giving of yourself.
In Salinas today, a number of brave and generous people made it to the monthly Red Cross blood drive.
We leave you with a visit there as we say goodnight.
See you at 11.
I donate blood because in years past I have been the recipient of blood from the Red Cross, and I know what that part of it means, and so it's being able to pay that back. And then a personal benefit is getting a mini checkup. Every 2 months you can come in here and get your temperature taken, and most of all get your blood pressure taken. And a month ago when I came in here feeling wonderful, my blood pressure was 220 over 120, and the nurses immediately sent me to my doctor. So I feel that that is a very big personal plus to get this checkup, as well as the benefit to other people from getting the blood.
How are you feeling today? Oh, well, he knows where his kid's going to go.
Roberts Ranch. Breed your quarter mares to Mr. Reed Checks by Bueno Checks or Jesse Husky Buck by Jesse Leo Jr. Call 408-449-2396. Royal Oak Tree Service, pruning, trimming, removal, and stump grinding. In the area since 1973. Reasonable rates. Call 663-5513.
The Cosby Show, weekdays at noon on 46 KMST TV.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Rush Limbaugh, the television show. Me stand up straight and exhibit proper posture for our youngsters at home who are using me as the proper epitome of morality and virtue, an excellent role model for the youth of America. Not wise to be stooped over, especially in this current climate. You never know.